Right, hi you guys, this is the Unit 4B review for the test, and this is problems number 1 through 3. So the first thing it says is name the zeros and the multiplicity for this given function, and also it says to describe them. And if you recall, a bounce is when we have an even degree, and when it turns or passes through. So again, it passes through when we have an odd degree to the 0. Okay, so the first one, x minus 5. So the 0 is the opposite of that. It would be 5. And if you look at that degree of 2, that means the multiplicity is 2. And when it is even, it bounces. The next one, the 0 is negative 1. And it has a multiplicity of 1. And then since it's an odd multiplicity, this passes through. And then the next one, the 0 is 3. The multiplicity is 3. And since that's odd, again, it passes through. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 asks, using the fundamental theorem of algebra, how many roots are there? And the number of roots is always the highest degree. So if you look at this one, the highest degree would be this 21. So the number of roots is 21. So the next thing, number 3, it says to write a possible polynomial in factored form. So the zeros for this one are x is equal to negative 4. So when we write that factor, it's that opposite of negative 4. The next we have x is equal to minus 3. This one says it has a multiplicity of 2. We're going to add that degree of 2. The next one, x is equal to 3i, and we could always write this like this, and if we were to actually do FOIL on that and multiply it out, we would have x squared plus 9. Let's go ahead and do the function notation in front. So that would be writing that possible polynomial equation. For letter B, we're looking at those x-intercepts as our zeros. So this one is negative 2. Let's go ahead and do our function notation. So remember, it's going to be the opposite. And since it bounces, both this negative 2 and that 0, that means it's going to have a degree of 2. So the next one is 0. So really what we have is that, and it bounces. The next factor is a 1. So if you remember, we're doing that opposite. And if you notice at the 1 right there, it does pass through. So that's when it's going to be odd. And in this case, we're going to make it a 1. So there's one more thing we can do to kind of quote-unquote clean this up. So what we can do is this x minus 0, we can just rewrite that as x squared. And then we have the x plus 2 squared and the x minus 1. So that would be a possible polynomial equation to that graph. See you guys next time.